I'd like to call the meeting to order of the Marshalltown City Council. We're in the City Hall Council Chambers. I'd like to call the meeting 10 West State Street. It's December 20th, 2024 at 12 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you'll join me, let's have the pledge of allegiance. We're in the 2024 at 12 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you'll join me, let's have the pledge of allegiance. We're in the 2024 at 12 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you'll join me, let's have the pledge of allegiance. We're in the 2024 at 12 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you'll join me, let's have the pledge of allegiance. Thank you. Let's have roll call.
Fonseca? Here. Kell?
Here.
Lottie
Here.
Mitchell?
Here.
Nichols?
Here.
Schneider?
Here.
Thompson?
Here.
Kell?
Here. Thank you.
Lottie
Here. On to
Mitchell?
public comment.
Nichols?
The members of the public
Schneider?
may make comments
Thompson?
on any item which
Kell?
was not on the
Lottie
agenda
Hoff?
during this time. The
Nichols?
speaker shall approach the
Schneider?
microphone
Thompson?
and state his or her name and address. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes unless a longer comment is authorized by the mayor. The speaker shall direct comments to the mayor and the council as a whole. The mayor and councilor shall not engage in discussion or debate on items raised by members of the public, and no action may be taken on items raised in public comments in order to comply with open meeting law. I do want to make a comment here. The city did check with its legal counsel, and we do require people to give their name and address when you come up to speak to us. And we do require people to give their name. If you do not, an address, when the mayor or mayor pro tem does have the option of letting you speak or telling you to please sit down. Mayor or mayor pro tem does have. If you refuse to do so, we can have you escorted from the room. Or telling you to the reason that we do this is so that our intrepid city clerk, Alicia, can accurately reflect what happens at the meeting, and not only the actions, but the people who took part in the meeting, and not only the actions. So, but that's kind of a fair warning to anybody. Let's go ahead and go to kind of a fair warning. Council remarks. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now you can talk. Council remarks. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now you can talk. Council remarks. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now you can talk. Council remarks. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now you can talk. Council remarks. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now you can talk. Council remarks. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now you can talk. Council remarks. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now you can talk. Council remarks. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now you can talk. Council remarks. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Now you can talk. Council remarks.
Also want to say thank you to Kevin and now you can really helpful with our group as a foundation. Kevin and his committee. So this year for staffing, the priorities that they've identified are related to childcare and community. So if anybody's interested in learning more around this county by the programs, please reach out to me, myself, or Heidi Wallace. So if anybody's interested in more programs, she is a program. Please reach out to me, myself, or Heidi Wallace.
Thank you, Heidi.
I don't think the speakers are working.
Thank you, Heidi.
I don't think the speakers.
Yeah. Thank you, Heidi. Anyone else like to make a public comment?
I don't think the speakers.
Yeah. Thank you, Heidi. Anyone else like to make a public comment? Hearing none, do we have any council comments?
I don't think the speakers.
Yeah. Thank you, Heidi.
Madam
Anyone
Mayor.
else like to make a public?
Go ahead.
Hearing none, do we have any?
It was on the TR a couple of days ago that our local schools were recognized in Iowa and ranked. And I just wanted to just give a big shout out to our school district. There were 4 schools that were ranked. I just wanted to in the top 40% to our state of Iowa among the 2025 best elementary school rankings by the U.S. News and World Report. So that's an amazing thing and an amazing accomplishment, and just shows how much we care about our kids in this community and our school district and Marshalltown as a whole. How much we care about our kids in this community and our school district and Marshalltown as a whole.
Start out with, I understand we have some friends from the Pachyderm Club here.
Community and our school district and
Welcome.
Marshalltown as a whole.
Start out with, I understand. Also, the homeless task force that has been set up, we do have warming stations and we do have overnight sleeping quarters available. We do still need some monitors, some people just to kind of hang out, watch what's going on. You will be trained. You can name your hours. We have a spreadsheet set up. If you're interested at all, you can call Kendra Sorensen at United Way or Jasmine Banderas at CAPS. You can call Kendra Sorensen. One last thing I'd like to mention is soon Cindy Kendall is going to be disappearing from City Hall. The amount of work that Cindy has done, she stepped in and did an incredible job filling in, doing all kinds of stuff and basically keeping things going until we could get our new city administrator Carol on board. I think the community owes her a big debt of gratitude because it's nice to Carol on board. It really is. Thank you, Cindy. I think the community owes her a big debt of gratitude because it's nice to Carol on board. It really is. Okay, years of service. Chris Rao, Police Sergeant, 5 years. Okay, years of service. Chris Rao, Police Sergeant.
Good afternoon, Mike Tupper, Marshalltown Police Department, and it's my honor to be here with Sergeant Chris Roush as we celebrate his 5-year work anniversary. It's my honor. And if you're looking at Chris and thinking 5 years and that doesn't sound right, you are correct. Chris actually has about 21 years of service to the city of Marshalltown and Marshalltown Police Department. He worked for us for 15, 16 years and then took a break, took a job in the public private sector, and decided to come back. We are so happy to have Chris back. He's such an important part of our team. So, Chris has been back with us now for 5 years, and he's already working his way up the ranks. And is a sergeant on our night shift. Chris has been back with us now for 5 years, and he's already working his way up the ranks. Chris, sergeant on our night shift. We have the blessing and honor of serving in a profession that I think is honorable and noble. And Chris epitomizes what it serves to, what it means to serve with honor. Honorable and noble. The thing that I've always admired about Chris is he's steady, he comes to work, he's reliable, we can depend on him, but he cares about this Chris is he's steady. This is his home, he grew up here, this is his home, he has family here, he loves Marshalltown, he also cares about the people that he works with every day, this is his home, he has family, he shows a great deal of care for the people that he is responsible for at night. Chris makes really good decisions, he's very thoughtful, he's deliberate, he does the job for the right reasons, and when he makes a decision, it's for the right reason. And I can always count on Chris to show a great deal of empathy and concern for our community, and we are very lucky to have Chris serving on our team. So, Chris, I know you've worked here a lot longer than that, but this is probably your second award for 5 years. So, Chris, congratulations, Merry Christmas, and I appreciate everything you do. Your second award for 5 years. So, Chris, congratulations, Merry Christmas, and I appreciate everything you do. Your second award for 5 years. So, Chris, congratulations, Merry Christmas, and I appreciate everything you do.
I'd just like to say that I was a police officer, then I left, came back, and in that time, it became very clear to me what a privilege it is to be a police officer. When you become a police officer for the first time, it's a process that takes quite a bit of time. It's not an easy job to get. When you become a police officer, it's not an easy job to actually leave either, but and being gone, it really does, it really struck me just what a privilege it is either, but again, and being gone, it really does. Thanks.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. Councilor Fonseca has asked that item number 8 be removed from the consent agenda. Do I hear a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda?
Move to approve, Your Honor.
Second. Thank you. I hear a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mitchell?
Consent agenda.
Move to approve, Your Honor.
Nichols?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Fonseca?
Move to approve, Your Honor.
Yes. Kell?
Yes.
Lottinghouse?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Thompson?
Now going back
Fonseca?
to item number
Yes.
8.
Kell?
Yes.
Resolution 2024-279, authorizing the use of council-designated local option sales tax for Civic Plus improvements. Resolution 2024-279, authorizing the use of council-designated local option sales tax for Civic Plus improvements. Resolution 2024-279,
I have a motion and a second.
authorizing the
Questions
use
or
of
comments?
council-designated local option sales tax
Madam
for
Mayor.
Civic Plus
Yes, you may.
improvements. Resolution 2024.
I would like to make a motion to amend this resolution into adding that Civic Plus media package that would include the English closed captioning. And there is a live option, but we still don't know the rates on that one yet. We do know just after the fact, after the meeting, we do know the rates on that. And so this amendment would include the Civic media package with English captioning and Spanish for now, and with also maintaining the YouTube streaming that is already going to be simultaneously part of the Civic Plus media package, as it gets uploaded when we stream on there to YouTube. So therefore, there would be 2 streaming channels for the public, for the community to choose from to YouTube. So, and I know that there is another counselor who feels passionately about Google Teams, and if that is something that we're looking forward to and that makes sense, then great, there would be 3, but for now, that is my amendment. And that makes sense, then great, there would be 3, but for now, that is my amendment. And that makes sense, then great, there would be 3.
Do I hear a second to the
That is
amendment?
my amendment.
I'll second it. Do I hear a second to the amendment? Okay. I'll second it.
I'd like to amend the amendment
Do I hear a
to
second?
use Microsoft Teams.
Okay.
The reason it is
I'd like to
is
amend the
because
amendment
Microsoft Teams offers
use
40
Microsoft
languages,
Teams.
not just one besides English. It's
The reason it is
I'd like to
is
amend
because
the
Microsoft
basically a
Teams
commercial
offers
application.
40 languages, not just
It's widely
one
used. There's
besides
like
English.
320 million users
The
of
reason it is,
Teams.
I'd like to amend the amendment.
Basically a commercial
Microsoft
application.
Teams
So it covers a broad range of our citizens,
widely
not
used.
just
There's like
English and
320
Hispanic.
million users of it.
Basically, the user selects what language he wants to use. So it covers a broad range, and it will close caption and live transcript. Basically, the user in that language, what language he wants to use. So it covers a cost for this closed caption is more like in the neighborhood of $500 a year or $50 a month. $600 a year or $50 a month. It's more like in the neighborhood of $500 a year. And so this $50 a month, both with Teams Enterprise plus live events, that is broadcast quality, both with audio and visual enterprise plus it provides, so it'd be providing way more service, broadcast quality for far less cost than the Civics Plus. Audio and visual enterprise plus it provides audio, providing way more service. My amendment would be to basically to get the final cost from Microsoft, because we're still waiting for that from Microsoft. Basically, but the initial estimate was $50 a month from that from Microsoft. Put that in place, basically, so get the final cost and bring that to the next council. So I'm amending the amendment to change it to Microsoft Teams, to use a commercial product. Emerson uses it, Marshalltown company uses it, our company uses it as a standard product with additional license power to do more things. So I'd like like to upgrade that license to Teams with additional and use that as our live stream, do more support in conjunction with YouTube so we can verify both things for live stream, but only have 2 and not triple the support. In conjunction with YouTube.
I hear a second.
I'll second that.
But only have 2 and not triple the support.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, you may.
YouTube.
I hear a second.
I need someone to
second
answer
But only have 2.
my question, please.
Okay.
Your Honor, I realize we're not talking about a lot of money in the big scheme of things. Either way. But I realize we're not talking about a lot of money. In COVID, we let people Zoom in, stream the meetings, and sit at home or work wherever, and they can participate in the meetings. We do not allow that anymore. And so I don't understand why we are spending money to stream the meetings in other languages when several of you said last meeting that YouTube translates after the fact. So I guess why would we spend money to stream the service, the meeting live to someone sitting at home that can't participate anyway? So it doesn't matter if they watch it live or if they watch it a half an hour after the meeting's over. They can't participate anyway in have it translated. So we're gonna. So the only way I see this working is you guys, everyone here, we're all talking about investing money. So someone can sit in the audience and stream the meeting. Everyone here, we're all talking about investing. And if they want to participate, so someone can come up to the podium and participate and stream the meeting. And I just don't see that happening. I think if people that do not speak English, if they want to participate, they'll find a way to participate with an interpreter. I know when I owned my small business, it didn't stop people from coming and utilizing my services. They brought an interpreter with them. I know when I owned my small business. So I don't understand why we're spending money for something that doesn't engage the public outside of this room. I know when I owned my small business. So I don't understand. I need someone to answer that for me, please. For something that doesn't engage the public outside of this room. I know when I owned my small business.
I would say it does engage the company or them outside the room. Can they participate? No, but they can watch it live. They get a better handle on it. I would say it does engage the company or them. So from my view, can they participate? An attempt to watch it live, engage more of the community, get more people involved. Can they participate? Which I think would be a good thing because we want to include all our community because they have a part in Marshalltown. More people involved. Can they participate? Which I think would be a good thing because we want to include all our community because they have a part in Marshalltown.
So this is the second straight meeting where we're going to belabor this topic specific to translation. So this is the second straight meeting. I went and looked at the YouTube streams for every meeting topic this year, up until this one. We averaged 263 views streams for every meeting up to this point, up until this one. It's not a language issue. It's an ability to communicate with the community as a whole issue. So I am all in support of bringing as many people to the conversation as possible. I think we revert back to the original motion as is and then create a task force or look at this holistically. Yes, offering translation services in real time, whatever format, should bring more people here. The reality is we're not communicating with the public at all. The numbers say that. Why don't we look at this more holistically and determine what method, company, approach helps us achieve? Why don't we look at this more holistically and determine what method, company, approach? The motion's already on the table as originally done on the table.
And then create a task force to look at it?
The motion's already on the table. Or whatever we think is the most appropriate. I think we're trying to solve a problem without really understanding the scope or what our impediments are. I think we're trying to solve a problem without really understanding
Your Honor.
the scope or what our impediments are.
I think the Teams option is good. I have some technical questions about how it would work, but I'm also going to probably vote the way I assume Barry's going to vote no on both of these to bring it back to the original motion because I think we should probably bring this up. We have plans in our strategic plans to get somebody in communications division and they can help guide us as to how we should try to reach out to people who are non-English speakers. I just don't know that this vote, and there's a questionable implementation in my mind technically. I don't know how we can syndicate on both YouTube and Teams at the same time. I don't know if that's technically possible, and I think we need to look into that before we make this decision. YouTube and Teams at the same time. I don't know if that's technically possible, and I think we need to look into that before we
Love how we are diverting this to put it on a communications director when we already know diverting this to what our population is and what the number 2 language is already in Marshalltown. And what our population is. This plan, this is already like our branding for our website. And if we're looking at our website and we go to stream the meetings, the council meetings, it directs us to YouTube. And I went ahead and called a city in Virginia who is using the same platform just to see how they like it and talk to them. Their city clerk told me that their council voted as a majority and asked them to please put this in. They even have headsets for interpreters on site. And she even told me anything to help serve our citizens, anything to help serve the people is what she was saying. And that is what they have, and they had nothing but good things to say about this platform. Is what she was saying. It is a website. Our website needs to be updated and kept technologically current with the needs of the community. If we talk about how many people have captions on their TV shows, on their TV, on their phone, etc., etc., a lot of people use captions. It's a thing, and this way it already is incorporated. I'm not saying YouTube doesn't do any captioning. It does. It really does, and that's why it should be kept. And it will simultaneously work with the Civic Plus platform. It does. It really does, and that's why it should be kept. So then, to clarify, which amendment is going to go up for vote? It does. It really does, and that's why it should be kept. So then, to clarify, and then mine is going to go up for vote. Okay. It does. It really does, and that's why it should be kept. So then, to clarify, and then mine is going to go up for vote. Okay. It does. It really does, and that's why it should be kept. So then,
Yes,
to
which-
clarify, and then mine is going to go up.
Yes, you can.
Okay. It does. It really does, and that's why it should be kept. So then,
Yes,
to
which-
clarify, and then mine is going to go up.
Yes, you can.
My name's Jimmy Lee Lant. I live at 610 North 4th Avenue. I can remember when I had a cousin who was in Germany in the service. He brought a girl back. I can remember from Germany, and she became a citizen of the United States. And I'm sure it was a requirement under the citizens of the United States. You had to learn to speak English. So why isn't these other people in this town learning to speak English and understand English? If you're a citizen, I think it's a requirement. You need to check that out. So why should we have to cater to other people when this is America? This is the home of the free. Why should we have to cater? So we should be able to speak English. This is America. This is the home of the free. Why should we have to cater? So we should be able to speak English.
The United States has never had it. That's a law. I mean, we just haven't. But in the case of Marshalltown, if you're learning how to speak a different language, the younger you are, in the case of Marsh, quicker you learn it. Okay, because you're learning how to speak a different language, accepting things like that. The younger you are, but it takes an adult over 7 years to be fluent in another language. Okay, so you're learning along the way, and that's if you are taking lessons in classes and everything like that. Along the way, you're also paying taxes, and that's if you are taking lessons in classes and everything like that. So you're helping fund everything that you don't understand, and for the amount of taxes that are being paid. So you're helping fund everything. The amount of money that we're talking here isn't much at all. And for it's just to help them along until they learn English. And I do believe that we're on our third generation.
I don't have a problem with that, Mike, as long as they're willing to learn it and try to learn it. But I live in a community, a neighborhood. I have Hispanics living in them, and they're great people. They help you out, and they're great. But the older people and the family cannot speak no English. The younger ones, when I got to translate to them, I got to go to the younger ones, and they go through them in English. They come to me and give me their blessings. And I don't have a problem with it. I play in a pool league, and we have a lot of Hispanic people playing the pool league, and they're great pool players, and they all know how to understand English. I mean, if you don't put your effort to it and not try it, you're just going to sit in the back seat all the time and say, "Oh, I'm going to have somebody's going to interpret it to me. They're going to take care of me. I don't have to learn it. My kids will take care of me." Somebody's going to.
You know, that's what they used to say about the heritage from my family.
I don't have to learn German. My kids will take care of me.
I've said before, why don't those Germans just heritage from my family? We do now. It takes time.
But you're not living in Germany now. You're living here in the United States.
Well, exactly. But I bet you that day one when my family lived in American shores, it probably took decades. But I bet you that
I'm going to give you a good example. Yesterday I was at KFC.
American shores, it probably
The Hispanics come in there. This was in Des Moines, Iowa. They come in there and they ordered a bucket of chicken. They ordered chicken. They were pointing at the menu. This was in Des Moines, Iowa. And they got their food, went back to the booth, sat down. Here comes the waiter back there and said, "How many plates you need?" And they got their food. They didn't understand. And she said, "How many plates you need? How many plates you need?" Didn't understand. So they had to go get somebody that could speak their English. She said, "How many plates?" Figure out how many plates they needed. They needed 6 plates. So they had to go get somebody that could speak their English. You got to be willing to help yourself if you're going to live in this country. You got to be willing to help yourself. I mean, if you don't help yourself, you can't depend on nobody. You got to depend on yourself. That's what I'm saying. And as far as the $600, I agree with Gary on it. That's $600 we don't need to spend. We can spend it somewhere else. There's all kinds of problems in this town. There's a lot of road problems that need to be straightened out somewhere else. There's all kinds of problems.
Well, we're getting off topic here a little
bit. A lot of road problems need to be straightened out. I'm just telling you, I mean, I think that if you're going to come here, you should learn how to speak English. That's it.
Okay,
I'm just telling you, I mean, I think that if you're going to come here, you should learn how to speak English.
Lee Botter, 401 Orchard Drive. It's good to be back in council chambers. With my industry, I'm a health insurance employee benefit specialist, so it's crazy during the fall. So what I do is I am a frequent flyer. Actually, every week I watch online. Okay, so when it's live like that, we're running about 25 to 30 people. Actually, every week go back and check it later. We get that 260 reviews. I think we're running about 25 to 30 Councilor Kell indicated. One of the frustrations that I have about the online is the inability to go in and have the interaction, which is where you can use the Teams concept, the Zoom concept. There's other concepts that are out there that you can use. I use that frequently in my industry. In our industry, we also have the need, because I am federally certified, so we have languages I mean more than even Marshalltown has. And what we do with that is if an individual approaches you and says, "Hey, I need this in Chinese," or "I need it in Spanish," or "I need it whatever," that's when we take the step to make sure the interpretation occurs. I firmly believe that we need to be inclusive of all of our minorities in town. So I would urge council to look at a couple things. Do your tutorial on how to use the system, because it takes a little bit, as Melissa, to look at a couple things. Councilor Fonseca indicated to go through how do you use the YouTube, that kind of thing. I like the idea. It's an excellent idea on doing the Microsoft Teams. I like the idea of using a task force. Go out there, figure out what is the best solution for the city as a whole. Not English, not Spanish, all the, what do we have, 50 plus languages in this community? Not English, not Spanish. And the closed caption does work really well with your languages in this community, stuff that you've got right now through YouTube, because I intentionally went out there a couple times and went on different languages. Of course, I don't speak Chinese, but I thought it was kind of cool that you could actually do that and look at some of those. So, again, the frequent flyer here, but I thought it was kind of cool that you could actually, you're getting about 25 actual people during the meeting. So if there's any way to increase that interaction in the future, again, city was wonderful when we had it. So thank you for your time and Merry Christmas. Increase that interaction in the future. Sure. Again, city was wonderful when we had it, so.
Heather Thomas, Public Works Director, also the Title VI Compliance Officer for the City of Marshalltown. I do want to make one correction. Anybody who speaks another language would like to come to a city council meeting, we will make reasonable accommodations to have translation available for them if they reach out to the city ahead of the meeting. That is part of our policy that we work with anytime they're interacting with city staff, and we have the resources to do that. So wanted to clarify that. Second thing, don't mind me, I'm going to restart a couple computers that are having some issues, so please proceed. Wanted to clarify that. Second thing, don't mind me, I'm going to restart a couple computers that are having some issues, so please proceed. Wanted to clarify that. Second thing, don't mind me, I'm going to restart a couple computers that are having some issues, so please proceed. Wanted to clarify that.
Does anyone else have any comments up here?
Don't mind me, I'm going to restart a couple computers that are having some issues, so please proceed. Wanted to clarify that.
Does anyone anything else comments up here?
The
crowd?
Having some issues, so please proceed. Wanted to clarify that.
Does anyone anything else?
I think we need to deal with Greg's amendment first.
Having some issues, so please proceed. Wanted to clarify.
Have roll call?
Schneider,
No.
Greg's amendment.
Thompson,
No.
Fonseca,
Have roll call?
no. Shell,
No.
No.
Lottie Hoff,
No.
Mitchell,
No.
no. Nichols,
Have roll
Yes.
call?
no.
Okay.
Shell,
No.
Lottie Hoff,
That one's done.
Mitchell.
Now let's deal with Melissa's.
Nichols,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Counselor Fonseca's.
No.
Lottie Hoff,
That one's done.
Mitchell.
Now let's deal with Melissa's.
would be the amendment to implement
sorry.
Civic Plus
Counselor
Media
Fonseca.
Package.
That
Nichols,
one's done.
No.
Deal with
Schneider,
No.
would be the amendment to
No.
implement Civic Fonseca Media Package. Yes. Nichols,
No.
Lottie Hoff,
Yes.
Schneider, Mitchell would be the amendment to
No.
implement Civic Fonseca Media
Okay.
Package. Yes.
Now let's go to the original amendment.
Mitchell would be the amendment to, would be the original resolution to.
Thank you. Motion passed. That was easy. Thank you. Motion passed. That was easy. Thank you. Motion passed. That was easy. Motion passed. That was easy. Motion passed. That was easy. Okay, moving on to reports, the review of the 2025 budget. The review of the 2025 budget.
Diana will review that for us. Diana will review that for us. Diana will review that for us. Diana will review.
Diana Steiner, Finance Director. Diana Steiner, Finance Director. You have the budget schedule for the fiscal year that will start next July. In addition, we update the current year's budget, and we also do a 5-year capital plan. So this schedule follows pretty much like it has in the past. There is 2 special meetings that we want to add. Normally, the council meetings are on the second and fourth Monday of the second, fourth Monday of the month. So we want to add January 20th, which will be the third Monday of the month, at 5:30, just for continuation of discussion about our general fund, our other special revenue funds, and our enterprise funds. And then because we have to do, public hearing for a proposed property tax levy, that has to be a special meeting all by itself, nothing else on the agenda. We're adding March 24th. We're adding for that meeting, for that public hearing, So as long as we get our valuations by the end of December, the schedule should work.
Have any questions or comments? Have any questions or comments? Hopefully this year the county gets us our valuations by the first of the year. That would help immensely. Thank you. Okay. Resolutions, number 1.
Resolution 2024-285, suspending Civil Service Commission and City Council approval of Civil Service Police Officer new hire list.
Move to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Jill.
Jill Petermeyer, Human Resource Director. So there was a Senate file that was passed earlier this year that allows the council to vote to suspend the need to take new hire list, civil service new hire lists to the commission to approve. Essentially, it's in place to help speed up the process of making offers to candidates so we don't maybe lose them to another organization. The rest of the civil service process stays the same. They still approve our hiring testing process. We set it for a length of time. We follow that process. It just simply takes out that extra step to take that. It's position by position for a period of a year. When I brought this forward to the commission, they were in favor of supporting for us to ask you to approve for police officer new hire list to be approved to not have to go to the commission. A lot of times police officer candidates are interviewing with several different agencies at the same time, and sometimes it's a matter of who gets the offer in their hands first. So I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, you may.
So Jill, for the public, this is suspending the rules only for the police hires.
Correct.
All other civic service position, or civil service positions will go through the whole process.
Correct.
Okay, and this is
Yep.
just for 1 year.
For a period of a year, and then the Senate file allows us to come back and ask for continued.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
And Jill, they still have to do the testing and all that kind of
Yes,
stuff.
correct. It's just simply, we don't take that list to the commission after. We still go through our whole process. Correct.
So they'll still have all the evaluations and everything else done.
Yep.
We're just trying to get a little bit quicker about
Yes,
this.
correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything from the crowd? Hearing none. Do we have a motion and a second?
Yes.
Okay, roll call.
Kell?
Yes.
Lottie Hoff?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Fonseca?
Okay, moving on to.
Resolution 2024-286, authorizing the award of contract for the Riverview Park playground equipment to Midwest Playscapes.
Entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Hello, Jennifer Hart, Recreation Supervisor. The resolution before you is to the award the replacement of the play equipment down at Riverview Park in the Riverview Park Phase 1 plan. We sent bids out, or RFPs out, to 5 different agencies, or 5 different contracts, and they came back with some concepts, some with 1 concept, some with 2. That was taken to our Park and Rec Advisory Board. And for their, for which concept they wanted to go with, we also met with some youth in our community and some other community members. And ultimately, the chosen one was the Midwest Playscapes for their design.
Is the playground for a specific age group? I know some playground equipment is.
There are separate places in that same playground. So when the RFPs were sent out, there were 3 specific areas that they needed to address. Some of it was the rope structures, some of it was all-inclusive playground equipment, and then also there was a 5 to 12 age group range that they had to come up with a concept for.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions? Anybody? Thank you, Jenny.
Yep.
Let's have roll call.
Thompson?
Yes.
Fonseca? Yes. Kell?
Yes.
Lottie Hoff?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on.
Resolution 2024-287, accepting bid as amended by change order 0 and authorizing the award of contract for the Lynn Creek Trailhead and Bridge project number TRL 24001 and TRL 24002 in the city of Marshalltown, Iowa, in the amount of $1,895,933 to Construct Inc.
Move to approve, Your Honor.
Have a motion?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Anyone have any questions or comments? Anybody from the audience? Let's have roll call.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Fonseca? Yes. Kell?
Yes.
Lottie Hoff?
Yes.
Resolution 2024-288, accepting bid as amended by change order 0 and authorizing the award of contract for the Water Plaza project number PRK 22004 in the city of Marshalltown, Iowa, in the amount of $1,887,325 to Edge Commercial LLC.
Move to approve, Your Honor.
I'll second that. Any questions or comments? Anything from the crowd? Roll call, please.
Kell?
Yes.
Lottie Hoff?
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Fonseca.
Yes.
Okay, resolution number 5.
Resolution 2024-289, approving Schneider and Associates Professional Service Agreement Amendment Number 3 for the design and construction for the Lynn Creek Trailhead and Bridge projects in the amount of $85,000.
Move to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Nichols,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Fonseca,
Yes.
Kell,
Yes.
Lottiehoff,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Okay. Resolution number 6.
Resolution 2024-290, approving Bolton and Meek Professional Service Agreement Amendment Number 3 for design and construction of the Lynn Creek Water Plaza in the amount of $190,185.
Move to approve, Your Honor.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Questions, comments?
Lee Botter, 401 Orchard Drive. As the co-founder for Splash for Life, I have a couple questions, okay? Do we have a final view of what it looks like? Because I know we've, over the course of the past, 2 to 3 years, different versions. Do we have a final version that we can look at? And then secondly, where are we with the fundraising? And I guess that would be a John Hall question, maybe? So those are my 2 questions, and thank you.
Thank you. John, do you have any comments?
Good afternoon, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. John Hall, Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce, 34 West Main Street, and along with Amber Danielson, tasked with doing the private fundraising to help support these projects. So for the first question about the updated renderings, there is a page on the city's website for the Lynn Creek District projects, which I believe has the most recent updated renderings of the projects that we have received to date. There will likely be some changes to the overall site plan, again, as we've navigated through, and as the change orders that you just approved were included as well, and thank you for those approvals. As it relates to the private fundraising efforts, you can see within the packet that there's just shy of $2.5 million currently raised for the projects. From the private community, outside of the almost 900,000, or a little over 900,000 that the MAC was able to bring into these projects as the initial tranche of private fundraising into the effort. So just under 3.4 million in total private funds coming towards these projects. You'll also see there's a line item there of a little over 95,000 that's a chamber commitment on there. Really what that was is I approached my board last week about making a commitment to these projects to give you all confidence that if we fall short of the remaining fundraising efforts, that the city is not going to be expected to pick up that amount, but that we are going to guarantee that amount. While we know we are still pending with 4 major donor asks, both private individuals and companies, as well as a handful of grants that we are still navigating and working through. So we still have confidence in achieving the full fundraising goal, which we've reached the expected fundraising goal, the initial fundraising goal, and now are working to bring a few more resources into the project and have additional items and stretch goals that we can add if we are oversubscribed on the fundraising as we continue forward and start to see these projects come to life. Thank you.
You've done a great job. Both you and Amber have done a great job on that. Okay, any other questions, comments? Let's have a roll call.
Lottiehoff,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Fonseca,
Yes.
Kell,
Yes.
Now we're down to ordinances.
Yes, we have a public hearing on ordinance 15097 to amend the Code of Ordinances of the City of Marshalltown, Iowa, Chapter 156 zoning, second reading.
Okay, I'm going to declare the public hearing open at 12:44 p.m. Does anyone have any comments?
Yes, Your Honor, I have a couple letters to read.
Okay.
This one's from Sherry King, Hospital Administrator of Unity Point, writing to express support for this zoning ordinance change that allows the ground-mounted solar for entities falling under the public and institutional zoning ordinance. In addition to McFarland Clinic's request, this topic will become an issue for the hospital in the foreseeable future, as renewable energy is a growing topic in healthcare. So it's something they will look forward to looking into. I also have a letter of support from Ann Hauser-Boyens from Iowa Valley Community College. She's ready to express her support of the proposed amendment to also allow the ground-mounted solar panels under a special use permit in public and institutional zoning areas. And she thinks it's thinking for educational institutions to look at sustainable environmental stewardship.
Thank you. Do we have any staff review?
I'm just here really to answer any questions you might have. We've not made any adjustments since the initial reading. However, if you have any particular questions, I'll see if I can't address them for you.
Seeing none? Okay, I'm going to call the public hearing closed at 12:45 p.m. and move on to the motion. Or the ordinance, I'm sorry.
Yes, so this will be the second reading of Ordinance 15097 to amend the Code of Ordinances, City of Marshalltown, Iowa, Chapter 156, zoning.
I will move for approval, Your Honor.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Let's have roll call.
Schneider?
No.
Thompson?
Yes.
Fonseca?
Yes.
Kell?
Yes.
Lottie-Hoff?
Yes.
Mitchell?
No.
Nichols?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed, or ordinance passed. I would entertain a motion to waive the third reading of the ordinance.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Let's have roll call, please.
Thompson?
Yes.
Fonseca?
Yes.
Kell?
Yes.
Lottie-Hoff?
Yes.
Mitchell?
No.
Nichols?
Yes.
Schneider?
No.
Okay, motion passed. We're down to discussion now. Request for additional lost funds for administration of an employee survey.
Yes, Your Honor. So in fiscal year 2023, the city administrator at the time proposed conducting an employee survey. The National Employee Survey is a benchmarkable survey of employee engagement. City Council did approve $6,000 at that time in lost funds to conduct the survey. However, due to organizational changes at the time, the survey was not conducted in fiscal year 23. I am proposing that we conduct it now. The cost has increased to $7,600, so I would ask that you designate an additional $1,600 in local option sales tax to conduct the survey in 2025.
Any questions or comments?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Yes.
Carol, could you let us know what exactly the survey entails exactly? Like what results would we see at the end or?
Sure. It's much like a community survey. Similar, it's actually the same organization that offers community surveys. So it provides questions that actually measure and have been shown to measure a level of an employee's engagement in the organization. And so these are standard questions that are provided, that they have a database of many other cities that do this type of survey so that you can measure, employee engagement, things like, do you love the work you do? Are you thriving in the organization? Do you feel you're treated fairly and respectfully? Those are the kinds of questions that are typically asked there. You get a report at the end. I'd be happy to provide an overview of the report to council at a future date once we get the report. I did include the survey results from the survey that was last conducted. I think it was in 2020. So we have some past data that we can compare ourselves to. So that's the result. Those are the results that you get.
Would anybody like to make a motion to 1,600 on to the 6,000?
I would move that we add the $1,600 onto the survey, or the cost, so that we can do a complete employee survey.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Yeah, the most, do we do roll call on this?
Yes.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Fonseca?
Yes.
Kell?
Yes.
Lotihoff?
Yes. Okay, discussion item number 2.
Request for lost funds for a community solid waste study.
So council, in its October 2024 strategic goal setting session, council identified community solid waste collection as a priority. And in alignment with that goal, I reached out to Iowa State University School of Design, and they put forward a proposal to conduct a community solid waste study. The study would look at things like research on best practices, a review of the current state of solid waste collection in Marshalltown, development of possible solid waste collection alternatives, and any recommendations for implementation. And when I say solid waste, I mean any type of waste that's collected that's not hazardous waste or industrial waste.
Questions or comments? Anything from the crowd? Boy, this is quiet.
They're good proposals, Your Honor.
True, but still. Do I hear a motion in a second?
I also move.
We don't have a motion yet, so I'll make the motion that we follow as outlined in the memo.
I will second that.
Okay. Let's have roll call.
Fonseca? Yes. Kell?
Yes.
Lotihoff?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to be going into closed session. There could be action taken by the city council after we come out of closed session, if you'd like to hang around way outside somewhere. I need to read this now. Closed session, going into closed session pursuant to section 21.5, subsection 1, paragraph I of the Code of Iowa to evaluate the professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, and performance or, what? Oh, okay. Hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered when necessary to prevent needless or irreparable injury to that person's reputation, and that the individual requests a closed session. The City of Marshalltown has an attorney-client relationship with Dallas Lynch, PC, by the City Council Resolution 2022-161, approved June 13th, 2022. There may be council action by motion following the closed session if directed by the city attorney. Can I have a motion to approve that?
So move.
Second?
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Lotihoff?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Nichols?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
Fonseca?
Yes.
Kell?
Yes.